There is a number nobody ever shows you. Not your salary, not your tax rate, not your monthly expenses. There is a number that represents the maximum amount of money you will ever be able to earn, no matter how hard you work, no matter how many hours you put in, no matter how many promotions you chase. It is a ceiling. And most people hit it by the age of 35 without ever realizing it exists. The system you were taught to trust, go to school, get a job, work hard, get promoted, has a flaw built into its foundation. A mathematical flaw. One that guarantees that no matter how much effort you pour in, the return will always be capped. Today we are going to find that ceiling. We are going to put a dollar amount on it. And then we are going to show you exactly what it looks like when someone breaks through it. Not by working harder, but by understanding something that most people spend their entire careers never learning. Meet Marcus. Marcus is 31 years old. He has a good job, a stable income. He earns $2,600 a month working as a logistics coordinator at a mid-sized company. He shows up early. He stays late. His manager likes him. He has been told twice that a promotion is coming. But it is Monday morning and Marcus is sitting in a parking lot outside his office building. He has 7 minutes before he needs to be at his desk. He is staring at his phone. His bank account shows $144. His next payday is 11 days away. He is not irresponsible. He does not party. He does not gamble. He packed his lunch today because the $9 sandwich from the place downstairs feels like a luxury right now. What Marcus does not understand, what nobody ever sat down and explained to him, is that the problem is not his spending. The problem is the structure of the deal he signed when he took that job. He signed an agreement that says, "Your time has value. We will buy it from you. Every hour you give us is worth a fixed amount, and that is all it will ever be worth." Now meet Aisha. Aisha is 33 years old. She worked the same kind of job as Marcus 3 years ago. Same salary bracket, same city, same bills. Last month Aisha earned $5,400. She worked fewer hours than Marcus. She did not get a promotion. She did not win the lottery. She did not start a business that required years of sacrifice. She simply understood something Marcus has not figured out yet. And today we are going to show you exactly what that is. Here is what we are going to cover today. The time ceiling, the exact mathematical limit on how much you can ever earn trading hours for money, and the number most employees hit without knowing it. The tax trap, why the system is specifically designed to take more from workers than from anyone else, explained simply, no jargon. The exhaustion equation, how the hidden cost of tiredness drains your earning potential every single month. The escape number, the exact dollar amount of income that does not require your time, that sets you financially free, and how ordinary people reach it. Here is the math nobody teaches you in school. If you work for someone else, your income has a hard mathematical ceiling. It is calculated like this. Take your hourly rate, multiply it by the maximum number of hours a human being can sustainably work in a year. That number, whatever it is the most you can ever earn. Ever. No matter how good you get at your job. Marcus earns $16 an hour. He works 40 hours a week. 50, 2 weeks a year, minus 2 weeks vacation. That is 2,000 hours. 2,000 hours multiplied by $16 equals $32,000. That is his ceiling, and it will stay his ceiling until someone decides to give him a raise. Let us say Marcus works harder, he stays late, he works weekends, he pushes to 60 hours a week. Now he is tired, his relationships are suffering, his health is declining, but his ceiling moved. It is now $48,000 a year. He gave up his life for an extra $16,000. And here is the brutal part. There is a human limit to how many hours you can sell. 60 hours, maybe 70, and then your body breaks down. The ceiling is not just mathematical, it is biological. Most people respond to this reality in one of two ways. They either accept it, they tell themselves this is just how life works, you work hard and that is what you get. Or they look for a promotion, a better job, a higher hourly rate. But here is what they do not realize. A promotion does not break the ceiling, it just raises it slightly. You are still in the same structure, you are still trading hours. The ceiling is still there. It is just a little higher. 3 years ago, Aisha had the same ceiling as Marcus. She was earning $2,400 a month. She decided to stop trying to raise the ceiling and start building something that did not have one. She spent 90 minutes every morning, before her job, before her inbox, developing one specific skill that companies pay for, even when she is not in the room. It took 18 months. Last month, that skill generated $2,800 on top of her regular income, without a single extra hour of employment. Marcus is still looking for a promotion. Aisha removed her ceiling entirely. Here is something the tax system never explains to you directly. Employees are the most heavily taxed group of people in the entire economy. Not the wealthy, not business owners, employees. People like Marcus. People who show up, work hard, and collect a paycheck. When Marcus earns $2,600 this month, the money passes through the most expensive tax structure available. Income tax is taken before he ever sees the money. Social Security contributions come out. Medicare contributions come out. By the time the paycheck lands in his account, it is not $2,600. It is closer to $2,050. He lost $550 before he bought a single thing. Before he paid rent. Before he filled his car with petrol. Before he packed his lunch. $550 gone. And that happens every single month with zero negotiation. Now here is where it gets interesting. A business owner who earns the same $2,600 from their business pays tax on what is left after expenses. Their laptop is an expense, their phone is an expense, their home office, their travel for work, their professional development, all of it reduces the number the tax is calculated on. Marcus pays tax on the full amount. The business owner pays tax on what remains after legitimate costs, same income, completely different tax reality. This is not a loophole, this is not cheating, this is how the system was designed. And it was not designed for the benefit of employees. Aisha understood this 3 years ago. She did not quit her job to become a business owner overnight. She started a small consulting arrangement, 2 clients, 15 hours a month, built around the same skill she developed during her morning 90 minutes. Last year that arrangement generated $14,400. After legitimate expenses, it was taxed at a fraction of what Marcus pays on his equivalent earnings. Marcus worked harder this year. He earned more. He paid more tax. He ended the year in almost the same financial position because the structure he operates in was never designed to let him get ahead. The tax trap is not about rates, it is about structure. And the structure of employment was built to extract maximum value from your time while giving you minimum control over what remains. There is a cost nobody puts on the payslip. Marcus gets home at 6:30 every evening. He is not lazy. He is not choosing to be unproductive. He is exhausted, not because he is weak, because selling your cognitive energy for 8 to 10 hours leaves almost nothing in the tank. And here is the equation nobody ever writes down. Exhausted people make expensive decisions. When Marcus is tired, he orders food delivery instead of cooking. That is an extra $12. When Marcus is mentally drained, he does not have the energy to negotiate his phone plan renewal, so he accepts the automatic renewal at the higher rate. That is an extra $30 a month. When Marcus is exhausted on Friday evening, he cannot face the idea of researching a better savings account, so his money sits earning almost nothing. That is an invisible cost compounding silently every month. Financial researchers have put a number on this. The average person making financially suboptimal decisions due to cognitive exhaustion loses between $300 and $500 per month, not through recklessness, not through laziness, but through the simple absence of mental energy at the moments that matter. Marcus is not losing money because he is bad with money. He is losing money because the job that pays him also drains the exact resource he would need to stop losing it. Aisha dealt with this the same way she dealt with the time ceiling. She protected the one window of time each day when her cognitive energy was highest, the first 90 minutes of her morning. She does not check email during that window. She does not take calls. She does not open social media. That time belongs to the work that builds her financial future. The result is that the most important financial decisions in her life get made by the sharpest version of her brain, not the depleted end-of-day version that just wants to order takeaway and watch something mindless. The exhaustion equation runs in one direction for most employees. More work equals more tired equals worse decisions equals more money lost. Aisha reversed it. Less reactive work equals more protected energy equals better decisions equals more money kept.
Every person who has ever escaped the employee trap did it by reaching one specific number. Not a savings total, not a net worth figure. One monthly number. The amount of income they generate that does not require their time. When that number exceeds their monthly expenses, they are free. It is that simple and that difficult. For Marcus, that number is $2,600.
That is what he needs every month to cover his life. Right now he generates $0 that does not require his time. He is 100% dependent on showing up. If he stops showing up, the money stops immediately. He has no margin, no buffer, no escape. The escape number is not $2,600 immediately. Nobody reaches it overnight. The path is built in stages. Stage 1 is $200 per month from a source that does not require your daily time, a skill that generates consulting income, a piece of content that earns repeatedly, a small asset that produces a return. $200 is not freedom, but $200 that does not require your time is proof of concept. It proves the ceiling can be broken. Stage 2 is $500, then $1,000. Then the number that changes everything, when your non-employment income covers your rent. The day your rent is paid by something other than a paycheck is the day the fear of losing your job becomes manageable. Not gone, manageable. Aisha is currently generating $2,800 per month from consulting work that grew out of a skill she developed in 90-minute windows before her workday began. She still has her job. She is not quitting tomorrow, but last week her employer made a comment about potential layoffs. 3 years ago that comment would have kept her awake for a week. Last week she heard it and felt almost nothing. That is what the escape number actually buys you, not luxury, not early retirement necessarily. It buys you the one thing the employee trap is specifically designed to remove: options. Marcus has no options right now, not because he is not smart, not because he is not working hard, because every dollar he earns requires his time, and the structure he operates in was built to keep it that way.
So here is the move. Not next year, not when things calm down. Tonight. Take out a piece of paper. Write down your monthly expenses. The real number, rent, food, transport, utilities, subscriptions, everything. That is your escape number. That is the target. Now divide it by 12. That is what you need to generate per month from a non-employment source to be free. Now ask yourself one question.
What skill do I already have or could develop in 90 minutes a day that someone would pay for even if I was not in the room? Not a side hustle that requires 40 extra hours a week, not a business that needs startup capital you do not have. A skill. Something you could package as a service, a piece of content, a digital product, a consultation. Something that creates value independently of your physical presence. The 90 minutes every morning is not optional. It is the engine. Before your inbox. Before the reactive demands of your job. Before the mental energy starts depleting. That window is where your escape number gets built. One day at a time. One skill rep at a time. Marcus could start tonight. He has a background in logistics. There are small businesses in his city that would pay $400 a month for someone to help them think through their supply chain problems for 2 hours a week. That is his first $200. That is stage 1.
The time ceiling does not break with effort. It breaks with structure, and structure starts with one protected window, one identified skill, and one first client. That is the whole move.
Nobody told Marcus that the deal he signed was designed to have a ceiling. Nobody explained that working harder inside a broken structure produces the same outcome as running faster in a locked room. Nobody showed him the tax trap. Nobody told him that his exhaustion at the end of every day was costing him $300 to $500 extra every month. Nobody handed him an escape number and said, this is what freedom actually looks like in your specific life. The system was not designed to explain itself. It was designed to keep running. And it keeps running because most people never stop long enough to ask why their hard work is not translating into financial progress. You stop today. You ask the question. And now you have 4 names for 4 forces that have been quietly shaping your financial reality. The the time ceiling, the tax trap, the exhaustion equation, the escape number. That knowledge changes nothing on its own, but combined with 90 protected minutes tomorrow morning, it changes everything. Tonight, calculate your escape number. Write it down, the actual monthly figure. Then, write one skill beneath it that someone in your life would pay for. That is your entire homework. 2 numbers. 5 minutes. Drop them in the comments below, I read every single one. If this video changed how you see your income, subscribe right now.
Next week we are breaking down the exact reason your savings never seem to grow, no matter how much you earn. It involves a trap even high earners fall into, and it has a number attached to it that is going to surprise you. Subscribe, and I will see you there.